And we are live. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Film Stocked Live. It is Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern, which means it's time for another live show. Hope everyone's doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. We got a lot to talk about today. Obviously, I'll get into the questions at one point in this, near the middle of the stream. But there's a lot to discuss in terms of movies in the current world and all that jazz. Before I get to that, hit the like button. Drop some questions for later in the chat. Drop your current thoughts on the strike in the chat, which we'll talk about momentarily. Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get your question, comment, concern. It's also a huge way to help support me in the channel. And if you're in here, hitting that like button is the biggest way to help out. But I just say we dive in. Let's just dive into the madness, and then we'll discuss. We got a lot to talk about. So, as it stands right now, after over 100 days, it seems as though the writers' strike is almost at an end. Effectively, it's over. But they just have to sort of finalize the language before this thing's an official set in stone done deal. But it's pretty much done. The writer's strike is pretty much done. And the studios have finally given them the deal they want, which is awesome. You love to hear it. Now, on the other hand, obviously, the actors are still on strike, but this should be that domino, and hopefully within a few weeks, I've seen reports saying like mid-October, hopefully, the actors' strike will be resolved and we'll be back to normal. That's exciting. It's very exciting. So yeah, there's a lot to be optimistic about right now, especially as we approach October. Lots to be optimistic about in terms of the shows and the movies we love getting back on track. Of course, the writers and actors getting paid fairly is awesome. That's what they've been fighting for. But as a consumer of this content, it's awesome that we're one step closer to shows like Stranger Things and Cobra Kai getting back on track in production. They should be deep into filming, but hopefully, maybe they can start filming by the end of the year. As crazy as that might sound, it might be possible now. It's in the realm of possibility. So lots to be excited about. We have hope. We have hope, as the title of the stream says. Man, and I'll keep you guys updated along the way with both Cobra Kai and Stranger Things, and in fact, like Deadpool 3, like all the shows and movies we're all excited about. Frequent update videos regarding that production of those. All I have to say is lots to look forward to. But we do have 67 people in here, so if you're in here right now, hit that like button, guys. Let's get up to 67 likes. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get your question, comment, concern. But let's talk about this a little bit, and then I'll do Q&A throughout the whole thing as well. But like, what project are you the most excited for that's been on halt that could be coming back to production moderately soon? I saw today, by the way, the Cobra Kai creators, it was either last night or this morning, talking about how they can't wait to get back after it. So we're almost back. I'm not going to say we're back, but we're damn close to being back. But anyway, let's get to the chat. Connor, what's up? How you doing? Ledger Forever, what's up? Shout out Jake A. How you doing, man? Really cool that production's going well in the movie, and I will be checking out that trailer whenever it drops. So let me know. Actor strike has not come to an end yet, but this, like I said up front, should be sort of the domino effect, hopefully, and that once the writer strike is fully resolved, the actors can get theirs resolved. That's the plan. At least that's the ideal vision, I think, that a lot of people have right now. I think the studios finally realized they're screwed without the talent. So they finally wised up. I mean, took them long enough. All right, let's see. Saw X weekend. This is correct. Tonight, my Saw rewatch starts. I'm seeing Saw X Thursday night, and I have a lot of Saw films to explore again. I've seen them all, but I'm starting tonight with the first one. One of my favorite horror movies. And then it's going to get really just dark, gloomy, and depressing once I hit about Saw 4. And then I have about a 4-movie run, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Jigsaw of gruesome, gore-filled traps that I'm going to have to Sorry, Discussing Film just tweeted something with what they say. Oh, it's about it's about Saw. Funny timing there. But no, I'm ready. I'm ready to embrace this rewatch and see my ranking change, because I'll have a ranking this weekend. I'll have an out of theater reaction Thursday, review Friday, ranking Saturday. Tomorrow I'll have a creator review. That's kind of my content outline right now. But it is Saw X weekend. You're damn right. Charlie with a super chat. Thank you, Charlie. I saw Social Network today, which I know you love. I adore that movie. I actually have a video, a short posting within like an hour, I want to say, like right after the stream, where I address the Social Network in the context of the video. And yeah, I think about that movie pretty much every day. Sometimes it's me looking up a scene on YouTube. Sometimes it's me just quoting it randomly. Like, I adore the Social Network. So absolutely love it. If it was your first time watching, what'd you think? And if not, and you just rewatched it, you gotta love it. I mean, that movie's an all-timer for me. Absolutely an all-timer for me. All right, let's see. Let's see. I mean, come on. My hype level for Stranger Things 5 is beyond a 10 out of 10. And especially now, I mean, I've been excited ever since Stranger Things 4 Volume 1 or in Volume 2 dropped. I've been excited, like from the day Volume 2 dropped, which was July of 2022. I mean, I was like, I need the final season right now. And so I've been excited since then. But now it's like becoming, obviously, we've been in sort of a drought for Stranger Things news for a while. Getting these scraps here and there and trying to make something out of it. But in reality, we are quickly approaching like filming, like legit filming. So 10 out of 10. And by the way, Joe Keery, I think he some photo op he did, like some pics dropped from it. He's a good looking man. It goes without saying. Gavin says, favorite Saw trap? Mine is Rack from 3. Look, I'm gonna withhold from answering this until this rewatch because I will have them all fresh on my mind. The blood and gore will be fresh on my mind. I might have to, I don't know. It's going to get dark these next 3 or 4 days for me. But no, I'm going to watch them all again, I should say. But favorite, it's hard to top the reverse bear trap to me. That's all I'll say is a little teaser because I may rank the traps. I'm not really like a big horror content guy. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know. But the reverse bear trap's hard to beat. In terms of others, I believe it's Saw 6. There is a shotgun carousel. And that's all I'll say about that. Oh, man. Good question, Gavin. Appreciate the super chat. The writer's strike is effectively over. They're finalizing the language, but it seems as though it is pretty much over. All right. I'm going to have to block this real quick. I mean, I don't know what's going on there. All right. Let's see. Yeah, we're one step closer to the production of Stranger Things 5, and I'm here for it, like I said. All right. Absolutely. Massive win. Did you see The Creator? I did. I have an out-of-theater reaction on my channel. My review for this film drops tomorrow. I have this right here, this little notepad, and there's things I was going to talk about, and that is one of them. Tomorrow's video is a review of The Creator. I have an out-of-theater reaction that's on the channel as we speak, both in short form and long form. So if you want to see my initial reaction, not spoilery, not really getting too in-depth, because the embargo hasn't lifted yet. That's the word I'm looking for. Then go check out that out-of-theater reaction. Another thing I was going to ask you guys, I don't ever do this. Let's ask, though. What video do you want to see today? I'm filming a video immediately after the stream and editing it and posting it today. And I want to hear what you guys want me to talk about. What kind of top 10 do you want? You know? And a top 10 that's not necessarily tied to a franchise, because I'm going to save those for when the franchises roll around, obviously. But let me know what kind of video do you want to see today? And it'll be up by the end of the night. If there's an overwhelming favorite in the chat, we'll get to that. If it's not already on my radar, because I have some already on my radar to film soon. Main Gamer, what's good? How you doing? Always good to see you in the chat. Hell yes to Stranger Things 5. Stranger Things is, again, we're one step closer. We are one step closer. Deadpool 3, very excited for that. Yeah, this is going back to when I asked what you guys are most excited for to pick production back up. I saw Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, and Sean Levy got together recently, I think, for dinner, and they posted about it on Twitter. They were like, yeah, can't wait for production to start back up. I was like, hell yeah to that. Most excited for Despicable Me 4. I haven't seen Despicable Me 3. You know, I've only seen the first two Despicable Me's. What movies do you how many movies will be delayed to 2025? Hard to say. If we can get production of these movies back up by the end of this year, I mean, I think Deadpool 3, which is slated for May, it gets pushed to like probably near the end of next year, but I think only a few movies are going to get pushed from like the back half of 24 to the front half of 25. Other than that, if production picks back up soon, like by say the end of maybe October or beginning November, which is very wishful thinking, then the timeline is going to shift a lot, and we could be in for a treat, honestly. Who's excited for Rebel Moon? I'm not really that excited for it. Let's see. I have to stay tuned for my review tomorrow, dropping tomorrow at noon. Yeah, it's a big weekend for movies, honestly, isn't it? Paw Patrol, Saw X, The Creator. Big weekend. I don't think it's good. I don't think any of those three movies are going to light it up. I think the one thing I'm the most confident saying is Saw X will make its money back. It has a built-in audience. The franchise does, and it's horror. It probably had a cheap budget, and it will make its money back and then some. It's Saw. Paw Patrol, I don't know. I mean, little kids will go see it with the families. And then The Creator, I'm interested to see. I'll be honest with you. I don't think The Creator is going to have a really high Rotten Tomato score. I think The Creator's going to have like a 60 to 50 on Rotten Tomatoes. This is just me guessing. I'm just guessing, okay? Just based on some reactions I've seen, and I've seen the movie. I think it'll have about a 63 on Rotten Tomatoes. It'll settle around there. And that's not a lot of audiences, unfortunately, base, if they're going to see your movie or not, they're going to base it on the Rotten Tomato score. And even though that means about 6 out of 10 critics like give it a thumbs up and liked it, I honestly don't think that's going to be enough. And I don't know. The Creator will do okay. Fortunately, I think it had like an $80 million budget, but I don't see a world where that movie lights it up at the box office. So yeah, it comes bad time of year right now. Really, we're kind of in the thick of fall. People are settling into a routine. It literally just became fall on Saturday, I believe. And like football is huge, at least in the United States. People are getting into that. So I don't really know what the next big hitter at the box office will be. My guess would be probably the Marvels, honestly. FNAF will be big. Not as big as I thought it could once be, but it will still be big. But we'll see. By the way, 90 people in here. If you're in here, hit that like button right now. Do it. It helps out more than you know. Josh with a super chat. Appreciate it, Josh. The Office is reportedly coming back with Greg Daniels, the showrunner for seasons 1 through 4 and 9, returning. No word on cast. I saw this. My buddy, I don't know if he's in here right now. Oh, dropped my phone. He's a big Office fan. He texted me immediately, and I saw it on Twitter, and I was like, huh. So I don't want it, and I think it's just stupid and lazy. That's what I'm just going to be honest. I really enjoy The Office. One of its, if I had to rank sitcoms, it's in the top 5 for me. And I've seen some great sitcoms. It's one of the funniest for sure. But bringing it back in reboot form, cheap, lazy, stupid. That's 3 words I used to describe that. It's lazy. Above all else, it's lazy. It's not going to work either. The cast has said multiple times this show wouldn't work today. So I fear that the reboot of The Office will be poorly received, probably canceled after season 1. And honestly, there's really a world where it's like doing a poorly written SNL skit of The Office, and it comes off just super cringe. I can already envision a world where this show's a dumpster fire. So I don't think I'll watch it. If it's just a full-on reboot, we're talking like it's not in the Office universe. It's a new reboot, like a new Office. Just make a new show. Just make a new show in the style of The Office. You don't have to do the Office reboot. It's gimmicky at that point. So I'm anti that. I don't want it. I don't want it. Thank you for the super chat, though. And yeah, weird that that's like happening. I don't know why. I have no clue why. I mean, money, I guess. But even then, you have to kind of be aware of the fact that everyone's going to say, oh, it's not The Office. It's just trying to be The Office. And if it doesn't work, I don't get it. I don't get it. It blows my mind. By the way, 92 people in here. Hit that like button if you guys are in here. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee to get your question, comment, concern. And yeah, I think the reason this news broke, Josh, is because writer strike is about to be officially over. And so this was like an idea that was about to be announced before the strike, and now they're just coming out right and saying it. That's kind of why. And that could be the case over the next few days. We could get some like big news drops regarding reboots and stuff. So we'll see. We shall see. Okay. And there's no way I'm getting to everything in the chat. No way at all. So super chat's the way to go. Am I hyped for Loki season 2? I am looking forward to it. I wouldn't say I'm hyped, but I am actually looking forward to it quite a bit. That trailer was nostalgic to me. I have a reaction on the channel. It felt right. It felt like early 2021 when I was still really pumped for every MCU project. And I really like Loki. I'll be rewatching that. Oh my God. I just got hit with, hold on. What? Loki comes out next week? Wow. Wow. I totally blanked. Loki comes out October 5th. That's a week from Thursday. Wow. I need to get on the Loki rewatch. So it looks like this week I'm watching Saw. Next week's dedicated to Loki. Huh. I'm writing that down. I mean, that's crazy. I'm going to Loki season 1 rewatch next week. Thank you guys for. I literally forgot about that. And Ahsoka ends next week too. Ahsoka's been damn good. I've been watching that every week, by the way. And I'll probably do some sort of video regarding it when it ends. Let's see. Okay, we're in this with the portion of the chat. I asked a question about 10 minutes ago. Hold on. I asked a question about 10 minutes ago. I said, "What video do you want to see on the channel today?" Top 10 movies you're most excited for in 24. I'll save that video for New Year's Day. That's always my New Year's Day video. Blind rank Disney Plus shows. I don't know. I would have to have someone to do that with, so they could give me a list. Biopics, maybe. Maybe. Let's see. Top 10 sitcoms. Potential winner. I'll write it down. Top 10 sitcoms. I like that a lot. That might be the winner. We'll see how I'm feeling now. Good suggestion, Jacob. Okay. I also wonder what Stranger Things spinoffs we could get. If this was referring to the video, that's definitely something I'll do at some point. I need to prep a little more for it. But I also wonder, I asked the same question. And the biggest question I have whenever this comes up is, will it involve characters from seasons 1 through 5? And a continuation of their story in spinoff form, or will it be in a completely different time period, like 20, 30 years after or before? And that's yet to be seen. That's going to depend on how the show ends, in my opinion. All right. Alrighty then. Let's see. Looking at the chat here. And again, in terms of me answering questions, Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get right to it. There's so many in this chat to sift through. It pops up right on my screen, and it's a huge way to help support me directly. All right. And don't spam, please, because it makes the chat more hectic. What's your opinion on the Big Bang Theory? It's okay at best to me. Cam likes it a lot. I'm okay on it, I guess. I don't really care about it, honestly. Do you think Tarantino's final film will deliver? I hope so. The man hasn't missed yet, so go out on top. That's what he's trying to do, so I would hope it delivers. I will say the concept isn't the most intriguing to me. I trust his writing, but I really do wish he honestly would have just stopped Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because that's like the perfect movie to end on. But I know he wants to do one more, so it is what it is. The timing. I almost wish that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he had a movie come out before Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, in 2017, so that it was between Hateful Eight and Hollywood could be his last movie, because it's just such a fitting final movie for him. I don't know. Anyway, favorite Saw other than the first. We're gonna find that out in the next 3 days, and it'll be revealed in my ranking video on Saturday, because I can't give you a confident answer right now. That's why I'm rewatching them. Thoughts on FNAF? I'm excited for the movie. Regardless, I mean, I've never played the games. But my interest was piqued by that trailer. Josh Hutcherson, Matthew Lillard, the girl from season 1 of You. It looks creepy in this is how I describe it. It looks like a creepy horror movie, but in a family-friendly-ish. It's in a family-friendly-ish setting. So it's not full-on Saw. It's not full on The Exorcist. It's a little bit more, what's the word? Appealing to a younger generation in a way. So it could have a bit more lightheartedness to it, even though it's pretty damn dark. At least the bare knowledge that I have of it, the base knowledge, I should say. Yeah, Loki comes out next week. That is not a lie. All right. The writer's strike has effectively ended. The actor strike has not, but it should be wrapping up soon. We do have hope, my friend. That we do. Just got a super chat from Cody. Shout out, Cody. Hey, Chris, I know you've played The Last of Us, but have you played the second one, and did you like it? If so, did you like how Naughty Dog went about the story? Can't wait for season 2 of The Last of Us. So I've talked about this before on stream. I have played The Last of Us 1 and 2. And this was this year. It was in January. And I kind of binge played it, I guess. So I did the first one so that I could watch the show with a knowledge of the game. And then I binged through the second game as fast as I could because that game is long as hell. There's no getting around it. The second Last of Us is one of the longer games I've ever played through. And I liked a lot about it. I disagreed with a lot of decisions story-wise, though, at the same time. So my answer would be I liked the game. It was not a bad game. I liked my time with it. I especially liked when we were focusing on Ellie as opposed to another character. But I'm not like one of those people who, I don't know. I don't want to, I'm really not going to say too much about this because so many people who are fans of The Last of Us show have not played the game, and I don't want to reveal things to them. If you know it, if you know, you know. That's all I really have to say. If you know, you know. That being said, I'm very cautious about the way they're going to adapt the story from season 2 or from the second game into television. I know they said they want to do 5 seasons, I think, and they were going to make the second game multiple seasons of TV. If true, probably smart because they could flesh out a certain character a lot and almost add an entire episode's worth of lore on this character and backstory so that a certain moment doesn't absolutely turn the audience on said person as hard as it does when you play the game with less of an understanding of her or them, I should say. I don't want to reveal who it is if you haven't played. And yeah, I'm really dancing around the spoilers for the second game as best as I can. A lot of you probably know what I'm talking about, but if you don't, you should play the second game before season 2 of The Last of Us, and it'll make sense. It'll make sense to you. So I'm excited for season 2. Season 1 was damn good TV, some of the best of this year, I would say, and yeah, in a few months, I can't believe I'm saying this, but in a few months, it's 2024. And so it'll almost have been a year since I played The Last of Us, a year since The Last of Us came out. I don't really know where the time went. I couldn't tell you for money, actually. Time just flies, the older we get, and it's scary and weird. But anyway, yeah, Last of Us, I liked the second game. Didn't love it. Loved the first one of the best games I've ever played. But the second one stepped down in quality. Too long, too drawn out. But I loved a lot of concepts, if that makes sense. By the way, we're almost at 100 people in here. So if you guys are in here right now, hit that like button. It seems like 5 p.m. Eastern is the way to go for the Film Stock Live. I put up a poll in the community tab, and I feel like this is allowing for a lot more of you guys to come and join live, which is what I want. So glad I put that poll out there. And let's keep it going. We got another super chat. Darth Chosen. Love that. Is that the Iron Throne? Is that Vader sitting on it? I can't. All I see is the red saber because my screen's pretty small right now. Either way, dope. All right, what do you think the ending twist will be for Saw X? I actually think we will go back where Saw 7 left off with Gordon and Hoffman. So, I'm actually gonna do this real quick, just because I don't even want people who haven't seen Saw, and because I know a lot of people are watching it for the first time this week. So I'm answering that question still, but I think they're gonna do something along the lines of what they did with Saw 3's ending, as well as Jigsaw, where there is a potential misdirection of the timeline of events of the movie. That is my so yes, Darth Chosen. I see exactly where you're coming from. I think we're gonna get something that sets up the 11th Saw. And if they went the route you're referring to, that would be nuts, especially regarding the name of the person that's not Hoffman there. Okay, if said person came back in the year 2023, I mean, I just gave myself chills because I think that now I think they could do it right. I don't like the execution of the ending of Saw 7 at all. It's I'm not crazy about it. Okay, I don't know if that's a hot take in the Saw community, but ooh, ooh. I'll put it up on screen one more time real quick. I think the ending twist will be some sort of timeline reveal where the movie's actually going to jump somewhere and it's going to completely retcon events. That's pretty safe to say for a Saw movie. But if it went back and we resumed after Saw 7, that would be crazy. That's all I'm saying. That would be crazy. But thank you for the super chat. And I'm having a lot of Saw talk this week. I'm rewatching the movie starting today. Detective Cobra with the super chat. Appreciate it. What do you think the Big Bang spinoff will be about? And what do you think will happen in Deadpool 3? And have you seen Two and a Half Men? So I don't know what you're referring to in the first part of this. Is there a Big Bang Theory spinoff? I know there's Young Sheldon. Is that what you're referring to? I don't know. In terms of the middle part, I think Deadpool 3 has been kind of laid out for us because of these leaked set picks already. Like, I'll tell you straight up, I haven't read anything about this movie. All I've seen are the leaked set picks. I don't know why I started talking like that real quick, like I'm a real Southern football coach or something. Here's what I know based on the set picks. I'm pretty sure the event, I came to this conclusion with Zach Pope. If you guys didn't know, Zach Pope was on one of my recent Film Stock Lives. It was a last minute edition. Go check it out. It was a few weeks ago. We talked about this for like 20 minutes. Here's my conclusion I've come to. Because of the end of Deadpool 2, and we see Deadpool messing with the timeline of events. Obviously, he kills the Deadpool variant from Origins Wolverine. He kills himself, the actor Ryan Reynolds, when he's like reading, I think it's the Origin script or Green Lantern script. He saves Vanessa. That's the big one. He saves Vanessa. Those things were not probably supposed to happen in his universe. So he's going to be pruned by who? Mobius. There have been reports of Loki from Mobius coming into this movie. Then he will be in this void area. As we know from Loki, there's like voids essentially. This is where he will encounter Hugh Jackman's Wolverine in the yellow suit. Okay. He will then pair up with him, and they'll see other Wolverine variants there too. Maybe even a Logan variant. Okay. Like from the end of Logan. All right. Well, he's going to pair up with him, maybe pair up with Jennifer Garner's Elektra. But that's where we're going to see all these people because we see the 20th Century Fox logo like it looks apocalyptic in the set pick on like a beach. It looks like something from Loki season 1, episode 5, when we see all the Loki variants and it's the void or whatever. All right. So that is probably the setup for this movie. Deadpool's getting pruned because he messed with the timeline, and it's going to effectively end the Fox universe. Like the whole movie is going to be putting to bed the Fox universe. We're going to get cameos galore. And then I don't know who the villain of the movie is going to be, and I don't know how he's going to end up in the MCU. But I think in a way it's going to bleed into one of these Avengers movies. Like it kind of has to, in my opinion, Kang Dynasty or Secret Wars. It kind of has to like lead up to that, and then we get some other MCU projects that fill in the gaps, if that makes sense. But that's what I think is going to happen in that movie. And then the last part of this question: have I seen Two and a Half Men? No, but I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes, and it was on FX. They used to play on FX like during the summer, like 2:00 in the afternoon, and it would be background noise for me while I just did whatever. So men, manly men. I think that was the theme song, and Ashton Kutcher was on there later. It was originally Charlie Sheen. So I've seen episodes of my life, but never really. And then Network 98 with the super chat. Chris, which NFL players are Avengers? Well, I don't even know how to answer this. So let's think about this real quick. There's so many ways to approach this question. Number one could be this player fits the Tony Stark. This player fits Captain America. This player fits Hulk. But I'm going to assemble my own squad of Avengers, of NFL players, based on them being the best NFL players. And I'm going to call them the Avengers. Okay. So you got to go Patrick Mahomes, in my opinion. You got to go. I'm doing this out of respect and of the fact that I'm a Georgia Bulldog at heart. Nick Chubb, prayers up for Nick Chubb. Man, same knee that they got destroyed in the Tennessee game in 2015, and Tennessee scumbag fans were cheering, by the way. He destroyed that knee again. And it's like, I think they're saying he could still bounce back, but I'd go Nick Chubb, Patrick Mahomes. Give me Travis Kelce. Because you can't have, Mahomes and Kelce are the duo. Plus, Travis Kelce, I'm not even saying this just because of Taylor Swift stuff. Travis Kelce, the entirety of last season and the postseason, I put money on Travis Kelce to score a touchdown every game of the playoffs, and the man balled out. Travis Kelce's been a household name for a while. He's one of the best tight ends in the NFL. But anyway, Kelce, Mahomes, Chubb, we'll go Joe Burrow, we'll go Justin Jefferson. That's 5. There you go. I just threw out some random NFL players for you. Anyway, appreciate you guys with the super chats. You're killing it. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. And it goes a long way. It really does. Hit that like button again if you guys are in here. I don't know how many likes we're at, but if we could somehow hit 100 likes, even on the replay, it's always awesome. All right, I answered this one earlier, so now we're going to get back into where we sort of were in the chat. I have not seen the Chucky show. Do you think Loki season 2 will lead into Deadpool 3? It could. I think there will be some sort of post-credit scene where Mobius will be like on the hunt or the prowl for other, timelines that he needs to go solve, essentially, or prune people from. And so I think that could maybe hint at Deadpool, but I don't think Deadpool's showing up in Loki, if that makes sense. What's my number 1 movie of the year? Oppenheimer. Got to be. This is my most anticipated movie after Thursday. It's my most anticipated movie for the rest of the year. So yeah, Saw X was my number 1 most anticipated after Oppenheimer. So once that's taken care of, it will be Killers of the Flower Moon. And then after that, I don't even know. I don't know at that point. So yeah, I'm very pumped for this. Absolutely pumped for it. Have I seen the second trailer for the Hunger Games prequel? I believe I watched it, but I didn't pay a lot of attention because I'm actually trying to read the book. I know, right? Me reading. I'm trying to read the book before it comes out. I owe it to multiple people, not just myself. To Cam, to Jenna. Shout out Jenna, Cam's friend. And the world, I feel like I owe it to myself to read the book before I actually go and watch this movie. And the same can be said for Percy Jackson, even though that would be a reread. I have read The Lightning Thief. I was probably 10. So I don't know. I kind of remember the book, but I at the same time don't. I owe it to myself, though, and I've committed to things before and done them. I said I would play The Last of Us game before the show, and I did it. I crunched it out. I think I literally finished the game like damn near day before, but I did it. So I'm gonna get that book read. I don't care how long it takes, whatever it takes. Do I think it will bomb at the box office? I don't. I think The Hunger Games name's a big draw. I think it's got a nice Thanksgiving time release. It's not going to do as well as the other Hunger Games movies, I don't think, but it doesn't have to because I doubt the budget's as big. There's not as much writing on it. So I think it'll do well. I think it'll make its money back. I don't know. We'll see. Will the Saw ranking have spoilers for the original? It probably will. I'm probably going to put a big ass spoiler warning at the beginning of the video. I've ranked the Saw movies. This is in 2020. I probably will literally say, I'll be like, before I even start this video, spoilers for every Saw movie. I think it's probably going to, there's like no way to talk about those movies productively without spoiling them, just because the spoiler is such a big part of every movie. So I probably will put a massive spoiler warning and we'll just have at it. It'll be a gore fest, if you will. Much like the Saw franchise. Okay. Well, this is coming on Saturday. All right. Do you think TASM 3 has a chance of being made? No, I don't. I don't. I think we got our TASM 3 with No Way Home in a way. Like, that satisfied that. And I think it's always going to be a fun debate. Spider-Man 4 or TASM 3, I think that ship has sailed. I think if they were going to do that, they should have announced it last year. I think that ship has sailed. But I would still be down for both. But the time just doesn't feel right. You've got Beyond the Spider-Verse. You've got Venom 3, like Madam Web, Craven. I don't know. You got Spider-Man 4 at one point. Once that happens, I feel like you can't really go back. to the No Way Home, to the guys coming back. So we'll see. We shall see. Who's your favorite character on The Bear? Great question. I mean, honestly, the best. I have to really think about this. So, who's had the best character development to me? Richie. Um, I think Richie might be my favorite right now. Richie. Carmi's obviously awesome, but shout out Mikey Bear, played by John Bernthal. Love it. He's not in it a lot, but his scenes hit, and his performance in Fishes, which is the 6th episode of season 2, incredible, absolutely incredible. All right. Thoughts on Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift? I mean, I didn't really touch on this earlier, so I'll touch on it now because you asked, and you have the Steve profile pick. I'm here for it. Power couple. I also don't care what either of them really do with their lives, but it's cool that they're both seemingly awesome people. We don't know them personally, but Travis Kelce's been a baller for years. Taylor Swift's been putting out great music for years. They look good together. Why not? If they're happy, hell yeah. We got Sam in the chat. What's good, Sam? How you doing, man? Decided to binge the Harry Potter movies and just finished the first one. I think you've seen them all, right? Which one's your favorite? Yeah, I've seen them all many times. My favorite is the third one, Prisoner of Azkaban. This could be true as well, Main Gamer. Maybe you know what I heard is they want to do 5 seasons of the show, because I've heard they want to do more than 3. And that could mean we're expanding the story. We're putting out a new Last of Us game. I'd have to do some more research on that. I thought I'd read somewhere that 5 was what they're going for, but 3. All I know is for sure, and we can both agree on this. I have read they're not doing one season dedicated to season 2, or they're not doing one season dedicated to part 2. They're at least splitting it into 2 seasons to cover the material from that second game. Who do I think the traitor might be? I don't think there's going to be any traitors in season 5. I don't know why they would do that. All right. And again, I appreciate you guys being here. I know we got 63 people in here. Hit that like button if you guys are in here. It helps out a lot. Subscribe if you haven't already. And Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. Trying to get to as many of these as I can. But Super Chat pops up right on my screen. Huge way to help support me. All right, let's do this thing. Thoughts on Grey's Anatomy? Funny you mentioned this. So I've seen a handful of episodes in my life. It's actually pretty damn entertaining. And like anytime, I've been dating Cam for almost 7 years now. And this is one of her rotational shows, I call it. And I see we just got a super chat. I'm going to get to that in a second. And so this was March of this year. She was watching it, and I was like kind of getting hooked. So I'd watch like 5-6 episodes here and there. I know like all the major spoilers for that show. I've seen like big episodes of it, but I've never watched it, and I never will watch it, like from season 1 to season 28 or whatever. But it's not bad from what I've seen. Like, it's actually very entertaining TV, and that they like mastered their formula. Like, they got it down. They were hooking you every episode. It's going to hook you to come back next week, because that was how network television made its money back then. And it just works, honestly. So yeah, I enjoyed everything I've seen from Grey's Anatomy. I heard like most network shows, it overextended stay goes on too long, but no, honestly, I enjoy what I've seen, and I don't feel like ashamed of that. In fact, I've been watching Teen Wolf with Cam, and I'm into it. I'm looking you in the eyes when I say this, and this is I'm not going to spoil, but I'm going to say, go subscribe to the podcast, please. I'm begging you from the bottom of my heart. Go subscribe to the Unusual Couple podcast. If you want to see, and honestly, I might tease this. If you want to see my reaction to the season 3 finale of Teen Wolf, the penultimate episode, I should say, that would be the first time, and this is all I'm saying, the first time in the history of Film Stocked where you see me crying. I cried when Eddie died. I cried when 11 and them were united. But if you want to see me wiping tears from my face, you might have to check out the podcast. I'm dropping the link right here. Ep dropping Wednesday. Whether or not the video... Oh, that's not what I almost just posted like an entire video description in the chat. That would have been lame. Hold on. Share. Copy link. It's not working. All right. Well, let me actually do it this way. And then I see Eddie. I see Eddie with the super chat. I'm about to get to that in a second. Shout out Trevor for doing that Eddie thing, by the way. And shout out Eddie. What a goat. But once I get this link in here, which will take like 2 seconds, I will I don't even know what I'm saying. Sorry, I'm trying to stall. All right, let me get this damn link so you guys can go check out the podcast, because we have a blast with it. And I would love to. I don't talk about it enough. I talk about it in every video, but I do want to let y'all know we have a weekly podcast, myself and my girlfriend Cam. And I'm struggling right now. I'm so sorry. I'm struggling to get this link for some reason. Hold on. All right. Copy and paste. There you guys go. Go check out the Unusual Couple podcast. Links in chat. Thoughts on Grey's Anatomy? I like it. From what I've seen, I like it. All right, here we go. Ready? Eddie! Did my best Trevor impression. Doesn't hit the same. I can't get as high as Trevor. He's built different. But shout out Eddie. This is a long time guy right here. What a goat. Everyone go sub. He's got his own channel. Go sub right now. Eddie's Films and stuff. Are you going to be watching any horror movies for the first time in October? What are your must watches for spooky season? All right, Eddie. I am watching, and I owe it to people to watch these movies. I've had some of these on my watch list for a while. I'm putting this out here so I'm held accountable by you guys, and you remind me in the chats. I want you to. Fear Street Trilogy. I owe it to so many people to watch that. Jeepers Creepers. That's for my buddy Jacob. Let me see. I have a watch list. Hold on. It's a big watch list too. Here we go. Fear Street Trilogy. Paranormal Activity, at least the first few. Jeepers Creepers. I think I might have to finally. I'm going to puke talking about it. Sinister. I've heard demonic, awful things about that. But if I can watch the Conjuring movies and Insidious, I think I might watch Sinister. Might watch the movie Barbarian. Might watch the original Poltergeist. Mainly because of the, season 1 Poltergeist, when Joyce gets the movie ticket for Will. Anyway, there's a lot I want to watch. Here's some others. Ready? I'll just rattle off my watch list for you guys. Dr. Sleep, 1408, The Exorcist, the original. Blair Witch, because I've only seen half of it roughly. Misery, Ready or Not, Dead Silence, and Death Sentence. That would finish out James Wan. The Black Phone, and It Follows. Then all the Paranormal Activity movies, the rest of the Conjuring universe films, which I'm not going to do probably. That would be the Nun 1 and 2, the Annabelle films, and La Llorona. And if I didn't do that for Nun 2, which I heard was all right, probably just going to bypass that until Conjuring 4. But that's kind of my spooky season plan. And also, Eddie, I'm trying to watch The Haunting of Hill House. So I realized, like, oh, I have so much time to watch all these things. October's not even here yet. And then October rolls around and it's like, oh, damn. Loki season 2 is going to be weekly. I have to rewatch Loki season 1 for that. We got a new Scorsese movie. We got a FNAF movie. We've got, I have a whole list. What else is there? There's one other big one. The damn Exorcist movie. I don't know if I'll see it, but then you've got the Eras tour. And then college football's in the swing of things, you know? One of the weekend in October, I'm out of town. Halloween itself is an event. So, like, it's crazy how fast time moves. And then you realize, oh my God, I might not be able to get through my entire wish list, or watch list, I should say. So priority for me, Fear Street Trilogy, that's 3. Jeepers Creepers, Haunting of Hill House, and I will say there was one other one that I said, maybe Paranormal Activity films, but that's the lower tier for me. But yeah, my must watches for spooky season. Love the question, by the way. Falls in the air, my friend. Must watches for spooky season are going to be Scream 1. That's an absolute must watch. Scream 1. You can watch the others as well. I love the franchise, but Scream 1 must watch. I'm going to say, for me, and this is one I try to get in every year, Psycho. That's not a typical pick for spooky season for a lot of people, I don't think, just because it is a movie you can watch pretty much any time of year, but something about it on like a late, cool, crisp night, maybe after the times changed, I throw that on. Or no, that'd be in November, the time change. So we're talking mid-October. Psycho usually hits. And that's really it. Like, if I had to pick one movie that I could watch on Halloween every year, it'd probably be Scream. There was a point in life where I was trying to force my love for Halloween. This was 2019. This was like right after YouTube started for me, or right before. I was like, oh, I gotta love Halloween, dude. And I always wanted to love Halloween more than I actually ended up loving it. So that's the case there. But yeah, that's my answer to that question, Eddie. Great question. Hope all's well with you, man. We'll have to connect soon. Eddie, we'll have to do a stream. I know we've always teased that, but we got to do that at some point. Anyway, we'll talk, my friend. Theo with a super chat. Thank you, Theo. Why do you think many recent animated movies have underperformed? I'll tell you straight up why. It's because, and this is a fact. Like I didn't realize this until I was in like elementary, middle school. So many people don't know, and stay with me on this. This is going to be a multi-layered kind of point. It starts with this. A lot of people, if they see something's animated, they immediately think it's a Disney movie. Okay. And what Disney did over the past 2 to 3 years is train audiences, specifically families, which are the target audience for their animated films. They trained them to think that the same day something hits theaters, it's going to Disney Plus. In fact, Pixar was not going to theaters. It was going to Disney Plus. We're talking Soul. We're talking Turning Red. They didn't do it with Lightyear. I want to say Lightyear went to theaters, but that's why Lightyear underperformed. It's because that, and then you throw in what was it? Onward was on there quick. I want to say Raya and the Last Dragon was like damn near on there the same day or really quick, one of the two. It might have been the premiere access thing. I don't remember. But a lot of the underperforming Disney films, it's because audiences have become accustomed to just going on Disney Plus and watching it for free, essentially. And that is why I think a lot of that's been a so that's Disney, right? And Disney has, what's that movie that underperformed? What was it called? Not Wish. Wish is coming out this year. Strange World? It bombed. No one saw it, right? It's because people thought it was going to be on Disney Plus. And so if they forget and they're like, oh, it's not on Disney Plus, they just aren't going to watch it ever. So I think that conditioned a lot of audiences to assume most animated movies are just going to be available on streaming the day of. And then they realize, bigger picture here, most movies are having really shorter theatrical runs. Look at The Flash. Look at Dial of Destiny even. I mean, Barbie. Like even Barbie, which is huge, is already available to like rent on digital for like $20, which is cheaper than going to the movie with your family. So I think it's multiple things, but Disney, like my big point here is Disney has had like a stranglehold in the animation world for so long with Disney and Pixar. And so a lot of audiences are just trained to think, oh, it's animated, so it's Disney, right? But they just don't know the studios. And so they think everything's just going to be on Disney Plus the day of. And they also realize, oh, it's not on Disney Plus, but it'll be on streaming in 2 months. We'll wait. We won't go to theaters. That's probably why. Other than that, I mean, Across the Spider-Verse was a big win. Now that's an outlier because it's a Marvel IP with Spider-Man in the title, so people are going to go show up for that. But yeah, I mean, what are the high-performing animated movies? Let's take a look at this. All time, because I look at the box office numbers a lot, right? All time, you're looking at Frozen 1 and 2. You're looking at Zootopia. These did over $1 billion. You're looking at Toy Story 1 and 3 and 4. You've got Incredibles 2. High up there. I don't know why we don't have a third. So a lot of these are Pixar franchises. A lot of these are Disney princess franchises. Zootopia is a weird outlier. And then you've got the damn Minions. And that's really, those are the highest grossing animated films ever made right there. An original story animated film doing well, kind of rare now. And that Pixar movie that's coming up called Elio, that one, I watched the trailer. I've never in my life watched a trailer and thought to myself, and especially now, I go back and look at it, I'm like, this movie is a bomb waiting to happen. Now, Elemental had long legs, surprisingly, but I'm telling you right now, Elio, like that's a movie that when it underperforms, it's because people thought it was just going to be on Disney Plus. So long spiel there, but thank you for great question there, Theo. And appreciate the super chat. You guys have killed it with the super chat support today and just the support in general. Hit the like button if you guys are here. We're having a great stream. We're going to keep this thing going. 65 people in here. Questions are flowing. Super chat's the way to go to guarantee I get right to your question, comment, concern. It pops up on screen for me. I click it and boom, that's that. But let's keep it going. Lots of awesome discussion today, guys. You're killing it. Killing it. By the way, I'm going to toss this out there because you guys have been a good crowd today. That's what the comedians say. That was awful. Anyway, Uh, if you know me, I've been pretty. There's there's really no sugarcoating it. The one thing, if in terms of me being inconsistent, is Patreon. And I think I might have finally cracked the code with my ultimate goal for Patreon. Um, and so I'll have a video possibly about that in the coming weeks. And I think I'm finally going to embrace movie commentary tracks and just do one a week and not do film stock extra content and not do live streams. Just do commentary tracks with the Discord. That's what I think I'm doing. And I just wanted to plant that seed as we approach a new month. And at some point by the end of this year, I would love to try and get the ball rolling with that. But I just wanted to throw that out there. Anyway. Have I seen The Matrix? I've seen The Matrix since I've seen this movie. The first time I watched it was 2020, I want to say. So yeah, I've seen The Matrix. I haven't seen the other ones though. I don't know if I ever will, actually. All right, I'm a little behind. I'm behind in terms of I've answered these. Let me go find where I was. Yeah, I've already answered a lot of these. Let me scroll. Okay. Alrighty. What's your favorite movie released before 1970? Let me go to Letterboxd and look. That's how I answer most of these questions. Now I can and look at the analytics. Okay. Lists. We've got, or let me just go to films. Films, and I can sort by release date, and that will help me. All right, year, we'll go 1960s to start. There's an argument for the original West Side Story. There's an argument for the original Sound of Music. And there's a very, very solid argument for a movie called The Great Escape. Those, and then you throw in Singing in the Rain, and I feel like it's got to be one of those. In my mind, at least. In my mind's eye, Kenobi. I'm thinking about Ahsoka. Like, I'm not lying. It has me excited because, like, Star Wars kind of sucks sometimes. I mean, like, I love it so much. I'm hypercritical of it even. But I actually have, like, no complaints for Ahsoka. Hardly, okay? Like, normally this would be something where I'm pissed off at something. But I'm enjoying it so much. And it just feels so good to be able to say that. This isn't like The Mandalorian Season 3 legitimately pissed me off at times. And this has just been splendid weekly for me. Now, there's 2 episodes left, and anything's possible, but please don't mess it up. It's been really good so far. All right. Have I seen The Walking Dead? No. I've talked about that before, but I have not. I haven't seen Dumb Money either. I want to. I just haven't got around to it. Yeah. Absolutely. It's honestly, yes. Like, if the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl, I think that we're in for, like, a record Super Bowl viewership, even more so than normal. Obviously, the Super Bowl is the most viewed, like, sporting event in the U.S. every year, but if the Super Bowl has Taylor Swift in attendance, I'll say this much. What if she had said, I'm going to do the halftime show, and then the Chiefs were in the game, and then this news came out about her dating Kelsey? Could you imagine that? We're talking about all-time records for viewership in the Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. That would be crazy as hell, actually. Andrew with the super chat. Appreciate that, Andrew. Hey, Chris, I'm a big fan of your content. Well, thank you for enjoying the content I put out, Andrew. It'd be nothing if it weren't for you guys, showing your support. So I appreciate everything you guys do and your viewership of my content. I enjoy making it. Am I excited for Invincible Season 2? I am. That comes out in November, right? Yeah, I'll have to rewatch a bunch of shows. I look ahead. I'll have to rewatch. Holy shit, The Boys comes out this week. Where is the marketing for things right now? Let's talk about this real quick. The Boys has a spin-off show coming out Friday, and I haven't heard about it except for Twitter. All right? I watched college football, an all-day Saturday, watched college football, didn't see a single advertisement for Gen V. That comes out Friday. What's going on? I am excited for Invincible Season 2, but yeah, damn, we're getting Gen V. The Continental came out quietly. That was like the John Wick prequel. And then the Invincible has barely marketed their show. It comes out November 3rd, I'm pretty sure. Barely marketed, though. Weird. Anyway, here's the podcast. I'm gonna leave this link up while I talk for a sec. Everyone, if you're in here, please, I implore you to go subscribe to the Unusual Couple podcast. We have weekly episodes. It's a blast over there. Go check it out. We have a lot of fun. So yeah, we have a new episode dropping Wednesday, and we will have a big, juicy Teen Wolf update in there. We'll probably talk about Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, and we'll probably talk about just anything else. Just probably some horror movies. Like, it's just all over the place. It's fun. It's myself, my girlfriend Cam. Check it out. It really would mean a lot. And I know a lot of you guys enjoy watching my content. Think of this as an extension of that, where you get to see a more conversational side of things, much like these live streams. So go check that out. It really would mean a lot. Do it, please. I'm begging you. I'm kidding. Do it. That was better. My second run there was better. Okay. Stancy or Jancy? I'm going to be honest with you, Stancy. I think it would be more satisfying if in season 5 they end up together, especially with where we left off in season 4. Those bastards, they knew what they were doing. The Duffers. That scene of there's 2 scenes, damn near 3 scenes I'm pinpointing right now, where it's like the arrow is pointing at Stancy. It's like it's like one of those big signs, like the red signs with the light bulbs, and it goes around, and there's an arrow, and it's pointing at Stancy. And the first sign of that is it's on the lake, Lover's Lake, when Steve takes his shirt off, she's eyeing him, and then when he jumps, and she's like, "Oh, we got to go after him." Number 2 is later. It's when it's the next episode, I want to say. It's after the dive. So it's Massacre at Hawkins' Lab. We obviously see Steve kill that bat. It's later in that ep when Nancy is wrapping him up and they're having a bit of a discussion. There's a lot of tension there, a lot of love in the air. Then this is the biggest one. This is episode 8. This is the build up to the piggyback. And I think my timeline's right here. Someone could correct me, but I think I'm on it here. The RV, they're driving in it, and the song Fire and Rain by James Taylor is playing over the radio, and Steve and Nancy are in the front seat, and Steve's talking about his life pretty much and what he envisions and how he wants to have a bunch of kids and have a family vacation in the RV. If that scene, above all the others I just mentioned, that scene screams Stancy. What was Jonathan doing this season for all the Jancy people out there? What was he doing? Avoiding Nancy. Getting high with Argyle. That's what people want? Lying about college. What? I don't know, Jim. I can't do it. Going Stancy there. Well, happy birthday, Jedi Connor. Everyone wished Jedi Connor a happy birthday in the chat, and glad you could make it. Hope you had a great B-Day, my friend, and it's still going, so hopefully it's still going well. Did you see the new Stranger Things Funkos got revealed? You're damn right I did. By the way, new Funko alert right here. Little Werewolf by Night action. And then there's the new Vecna, the exclusive one. But no, I did. And I'm excited. And that was actually revealed a few days ago, I want to say. I'll be getting some of them for sure. Most definitely. Speaking of Cam, where is she? Why isn't she with you right now? Because we don't live together. I know that's crazy, right? We're together all the time, but I am at my residence right now, away from her. All right. Is there any chance we get Stranger Things 4 next year? There's a 0% chance in my mind. Have 0% chance just because of the post-production, how long it takes. I'll say 0, but I'll say 1% chance. A trailer next year, yeah, that should happen. I think a trailer, Stranger Things Day next year. I'm excited. Yeah, I've heard there's a big jump scare, and I think it's probably gonna kill me. So, I'll update everyone on that when that happens. All right. Jump. What do I think about the Hangover movies? I've only seen the first Hangover movie. I've heard the other 2 stink, so I've avoided them. But I've heard the first is the only good one, so that's why I've never been like, oh, I'm gonna watch the others now. I just haven't, and that's my choice. I just have no desire to really. What's your ballpark ranking on all of the Clone Wars seasons? And do you think season 2 of Tales of the Jedi and Ahsoka are going to happen? Good question. Um, I would love a season 2 of both. I think Ahsoka pretty much needs a season 2, in my opinion. Unless this is the spillover, like unless this show concludes in a way that sets up a team up season show where you've got, they're building to the Mandoverse movie. This is not new. They are building to the Mandoverse movie. They announced this a while ago, and so to me, you had Boba Fett, you had Mando season 3, and you had Ahsoka, and those characters. We're talking Fennec and Boba, Mando and Grogu, Ahsoka, Sabine, Ezra. Like, there's no way in hell by the end of Ahsoka that Thrawn will be defeated. And they hinted at that in Mando season 3 when name's escaping me. He's the rebel pilot who's in every single show. He's like the connective tissue. He was talking about how there's like a greater threat in the galaxy, and it's like been teeing up Thrawn for a while. I think that it's going to culminate, and they're going to announce almost like Defenders, right? I didn't watch the Defenders season, but it was like you had Jessica Jones, you had Iron Fist, Punisher, Luke Cage, or excuse me, Daredevil, Luke Cage, and they had their seasons, and then they got a season of TV together. I think that's going to happen, and then we're going to get the movie. So I think that sometime next year they're going to say, "Hey, it's like Thrawn." It's like literally, it might straight up be called like Thrawn. Like they might, I don't know what they'll call it, right? They'll have some cool name for it, and it'll be Ahsoka, Mando, and all of them, and that will end with the movie. That would be crazy. In terms of Tales of the Jedi, I think that's a must. I loved Tales of the Jedi. That came out almost a year ago now, right? And we got the Qui-Gon Dooku episodes, like because Dooku was his master. God, I love that. That was fantastic. We got a little more Ahsoka as like a youngin, a real youngin. I'm talking like newborn youngin. That was cool. And then you got what else was in there? I'm trying to remember. I don't remember what else was in there. I think it was Ahsoka, and I think there was a little bit of Anakin. Oh no, there was a that's what it was. There was sort of a flashback episode with Rex and Ahsoka, right? Yeah, that was cool. And then it made a line delivery even better in the Siege of Mandalore. I think the second to last episode of Clone Wars or something. So yeah. My ballpark ranking of the Clone Wars season 7 is the best. Season 5 is damn near the best. Season 4 was good. That's when you had that box arc, you know what I'm talking about, with the bounty hunter. It's like Cad Bane, Obi-Wan was like undercover. That was dope, actually. Dooku was there as well. Reiko Hardin, that name, that there was the bounty hunter. Yeah. That was really good. Season 1 and 2 are probably the worst. I don't really remember them as much. I mean, they're fine, but the seasons I just listed, 6 is not my favorite. 6 was the one that was like the lost episodes essentially, and it was on Netflix is where it dropped. 6 was okay. But 4 and 5 and 7, that's where it's at to me. All right. We'll go for a bit longer, by the way. Hit that like button if you guys are in here. Let's see how many likes we're at. This has been a great stream. A great damn stream. Let's see. Currently at 96 likes. 96 likes. If you guys are in here, hit that like button. We're so close. We're so close. So close, I can taste it. And Super Chat's the way to go to guarantee I get to your question, comment, concern. It pops up right on screen. And yeah. All right, where are we at? Do you think FNAF will perform well in theaters? Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to do like crazy numbers, but I do think it'll perform well. Yes. Absolutely watch Stranger Things if you haven't seen it. That's a must. An absolute must. Hey, Chris, huge fan. I love your channel. You're amazing. And I watch, I found you by your Blu-ray collection. Oh, cool. Neat. Awesome. Well, I appreciate your support. And the Blu-ray collection videos are fun. I do them usually at the beginning of the year. I don't know if I'll do one in January because I haven't really got many Blu-rays. It'd be like the same video. If I pick up a few more, maybe I will. I'll definitely want to update my Funko Pop collection at some point, though. Do you think we will get season 6? We're confirmed to get season 6 of Cobra Kai. When is the question? It's definitely happening though, and they're writing it currently. They were about to start filming actually. But yeah, it's been renewed. And almost it actually was, I believe, started filming before the strikes happened, but then they shut it down. I would not want a Fight Club sequel. Not at all. Not at all. My nose is so itchy for no reason. But I'll probably go for 5 to 10 more minutes. So hit that like button if you guys are in here. Did we hit 100 likes? Let's see. Currently at 103 likes. We did it. We did it. Super chat, any last minute questions you got for the final few minutes of the stream? Anything goes a very long way. And this was a good one. We'll keep going for a bit though, like I said. I think 5 p.m. on Monday is the future for these streams because I know I've been doing them at 3 and that was not allowing as many of you guys to join, but I think we'll do them at 5 on Mondays moving forward and stick to 6 to 7 range for the Wednesday live Q&As tentatively because, I mean, anything can change any given day, but that's kind of the routine I'm trying to get into. So, alrighty, let's see. Will there be another episode of Return to Hawkins? I haven't done that in over a year almost, have I? If I did Return to Hawkins, it'd have to be fully rebooted almost. I would have to, because I wouldn't want to just pick up where I left off. That would feel wrong. Wow, I rewatched Stranger Things this year. I just remember. That's crazy for just leisure. I would say I don't. Ooh. I don't know. I would love to do something similar to it, but I don't know if I'll ever go back to the full recapping of episodes because I don't know how much value that would bring because I love the show, but it would turn into me sort of recapping something we've all seen 100 times, and I don't want that. So we'll see. I would love to do something though. I do tons of Stranger Things content already, so that's kind of where I'm at with it. But yeah. When do I think Spider-Man 4 will release? The movie? Okay, in the MCU? Maybe 2026. Maybe. But we'll see. They haven't really done much to get the ball rolling on that, which is a little irritating. Right now, my focus is on Saw X. Obviously, after this week, Loki season 2 will be in the air. But right now, my focus is on Saw X. For sure. All right. Who's the strongest teen Cobra Kai / Karate Kid character? So you're saying I can count like Daniel and Johnny when they were younger? I would say that's a damn good question. Huh. I think I might have to go Miguel. Over because he was taught by Miguel. I'm going Miguel. Yeah, I think Miguel. But I could say Daniel, but I don't know. I just feel like Miguel's my answer, and I'm gonna have to stick to that, honestly. Yeah, literally, like when the first season 5 photo is like leaked, it's gonna be the best day because we should have gotten it so long ago. Man, should kids watch Oppenheimer? Probably not. It's like you might not even fully appreciate the movie. There's also some prolonged nude scenes. And there's a little language. It's not like anything too like I don't know. I probably would not advise that. What age are you talking about? Like a little kid or I don't know. I go Miguel though. When is Deadpool 3? It's slated for a release in May. Probably not going to happen though. Can you think of any shows where the first season is the worst other than Clone Wars, which you mentioned? Breaking Bad. The worst season of Breaking Bad is the first season to me. It's the shortest, and it's where the show was setting up. There was a lot of being set up. The foundation of the show is being created, so it was very slow moving. The show it morphed into something so much better as you progress in the show. But season 1's the weakest. Another one, try and think of real quick. Clone Wars probably season 1, like you'd mentioned there. But I don't know. So many times season 1 is the best season of a show, and then it falls off after. I would say Breaking Bad comes to mind, but it's like not like Breaking Bad season 1 is still so good. So yeah. Do you play the Spider-Man games? I do. I do play the Spider-Man games. I'm currently playing the first one on Twitch, actually. And I'm having fun. I got to bring that back. I've only played the first one. I've never played Miles Morales. So I got to play that. And then Spider-Man 2 comes out in less than a month. So that's pretty sick, right? Looking forward to it. But no, I'm looking forward to Spider-Man 2, and I think I'll stream it, but I can't guarantee I'll stream it. It depends. Fall weekends get pretty busy for me. So we'll just have to see what's up with it. We will. But anyway, that might do it. My favorite prequel, Revenge of the Sith. But yeah, I think that'll wrap this thing up. So that'll do it for Film Stock Live. Good little hour, 10-minute stream. I appreciate you guys for coming in here. It means a lot. So I will be back with a live stream Wednesday for a live Q&A. I will have lots of Saw content to round out this week. Other than that, that's pretty much going to do it. Look out for a short being posted in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Look out for a potential video dropping by like 8 p.m. tonight, maybe 9, full length. But lots to look forward to. It's a big week. Saw. I want to play a game. So much to look forward to, but I appreciate you guys' support as always. Check out the podcast if you haven't. New episode dropping Wednesday. That is linked down below. Subscribe to that notification bell. Stay tuned for more content coming soon on my Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff. Follow me on Instagram for like the most up-to-date stuff on my story. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys as always. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.